Mhm. Hey YouTube. All right, I'm going to. Oops, strap was showing. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Hey YouTube, I'm back. I know y'all probably wondering where the hell she been at, but I'm here. Go ahead and see who's online. Come in and say hello in chat. So it's three of y'all. All right, I'm not gonna be long, even though I probably need to catch up on some things, but just to give you a brief overview. So anyway, the tax season's finally over. Of course, you know the tax deadline was extended. Hey Dorian, was extended to the 17th, and that led to an extra month. I would say extra 5 more weeks. So come next week, next Friday, I'll pack up my laptop, pack up all the little stuff that I got from Intuit, and send them right on back to them. And pretty much, I would say it's been very interesting. I could tell you that for sure. And during that time, from the time I started around January till now, it's been a little bit challenging. Not so much with customers, but balancing my time because, as y'all know, I was working two jobs. And during that time, well, you might as well count survey.com too, the little side gigs that I was doing. But primarily, it was two jobs. You know, last year around right before the summer, August, I was working with Wayfair, and you know, then came February, or to the end of February, I would say, I had moved on with Wayfair, and they still got that stupid equipment. They need to come and pick this stuff up. I've been having it for months. I don't understand why it's so difficult to send some return labels so someone could come and pick it up. So, but then, of course, in hindsight, with Wayfair, the fact that the type of company is an e-commerce company and people are ordering furniture, desks, the whole 9 yards. I think that with coronavirus, when people were working from home, mandated to work from home, it created a lot of opportunities and growth where people were ordering desks, furniture, and things like that. So the company expanded because they needed to do this major hiring at the time. And they had based out of Vermont and another call center in Utah. So when they had to shut that down, they literally had to hire people all across the country. But you know what? I should have known that it was, I won't say it's too good to be true, because let me tell you, I did manage to buy a mattress from them with the employee discount. But, you know, the pay was like $14, and then they gave an extra dollar at January to bring everybody up to the same pay. And just the fact of um they were giving VTO, things were getting slow, and they just found any reason just to get rid of people, And how is 10% of your stats was based on surveys? Now, people didn't get their cheap ass desks, they didn't get their bed, they didn't get their game chairs during Christmas, and all the logistics of shortages and companies not fulfilling the orders, and a lot of this stuff is made in China. So it's like you if you were on the phone, you took the blunt of it. People give surveys, and if they didn't get their thing by whatever date, the survey was reflected on how they felt. Not so much the fact that you try to explain to them, apologize, and do whatever. It didn't make a difference. So my survey score, they wanted 95 out of 100%. I mean, if people weren't getting your furniture, people weren't getting their items, and things come broken and all that kind of crap, there's no way anybody would give 100, and the system was so sucked, but I was like, ugh, bump it. And so luckily for me at the time, Instacart, Intuit came along, because I was supposed to work for a third party company at first, but then with Intuit, I applied for Intuit late last year and got hired on as a direct employee, making, they offered me 19 an hour, but I sworn that person told me 20 at first, but it was 19 with a end of the year, end of the tax season bonus of $2,000. Man, let me tell you, I didn't get the full 2,000 because that required numerics, stats, and guess what it was? Surveys. So I got great surveys, but I wasn't so-called getting enough surveys. I'm like, if people were in the chat, on the phone, most people would either one, they took the survey and say, well, she wasn't helpful, I didn't get, you didn't tell them what you want them to tell you, or I got pretty good surveys, but I didn't get 10% of the people, and I was taking over 600 and something ass calls, and I was mostly in the chat. So, and then I wasn't doing full service. Let me say what full service is. Full service basically means that you download your tax documents, somebody works on them. So they never chose me to be a full service representative to do the actual tax returns. I was mainly doing chat. People had a question, and or they call on the phone, and I had to answer 1 to 2 questions, and that was it. So I asked, the manager I had, she was like, Teresa, when you understand, So I, after a while, I just said, what, bump it. And so when Intuit came along, I was working both Wayfair and Intuit at the same time. So most of my days I was working Wayfair from, I don't even remember what my schedule was. What was my schedule? It was from 11 to, wait, what was it? I can't remember what it was. All I know was it was like from maybe 9 to 6 or something like that. Or it did change within those few months. It was like 8 to 4:30. I did work on the weekends. Like I think I had, what was I had? I know I worked on a Sunday, and then I was off Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that. Whatever. So basically, I was working mostly during the day, weekends, and then in the evening time I worked at Intuit. But when I finally, finished the initial training, because part of the bonus was finish the initial training on time, which I did. So my bonus was about, out of the $2,000 that they made it seem like you get $2,000 as long as you finish the tax season. No. See, they didn't tell you the other thing behind it. Oh no, it's based on stats, it's based on this and this and that and whatever. So I ended up getting $1,475 out of the 2,000 because I didn't get it. No, people didn't take enough surveys, and as a result of that, that really was the difference. But I wasn't pissed because I managed to get a whole bunch of extra money in gift cards, and then they had when they extended the tax season, they said, "Oh, if you finish the tax season, you get an extra $500 if you work 20 hours towards the end." So I made that. I worked over 60 something hours one week. So I got $500 worth of points to get any gift cards. So it was these gift cards that you had, these rewards, spotlight rewards, they call it. So I was getting, I think by the time 7, 8, 9, 10, I think I made over $1,000 worth of gift cards or something. And, something like that. It was close, put it this way, it was close enough. So in a way, and that's tax. So it wasn't free. So then they gave us this at Intuit, they gave us this other swag. So I'm supposed to get the swags in a couple of weeks. So it was a lot of perks and incentives given out with Intuit and through gift cards and bonuses. But let me tell you, by the time I got the bonus that was in the check, they gave you in separate checks, I couldn't even recognize it. I was like, really? It was almost like, I want to say by the time they took out some of the money for the 401k, the 20% that's tax for extra bonuses and stuff, man, I didn't hardly see that dang bonus, that 1,400 and whatever. So when it was all said and done, it was probably about 700, if not less. I can't remember. And then at that point, I came across another position which I'm doing still called Maximus. Now I'm gonna put the Maximus.com. Okay, so Maximus is like it's like one of the third-party companies, but see, the particular project I'm working on currently is taking calls for the CDC. And it's been about, I want to say 6 weeks. Let me see how many checks did I get so far? 5 weeks. And let me tell you, in that job, it was $16.75, and it's based on your locality. So it's no secret about if you're going to negotiate with more money. So this company got this big got the contract with the CDC. They mostly do a lot of federal contracts, and they've been around since 1973. So they not know one of those Cytel and one of those other companies I worked for in the past. They ain't one of those IBOs. It really isn't. They offer very good benefits and opportunities. So they have contracts where you could work with, currently they work with the CDC, and they also had contracts where you could take calls for the federal student loans, the IRS. I don't think I would go back to the IRS if I was to, even though I'll be working with Maximus, I don't think I would want to work with IRS, and because they do hire. And I knew when I worked at the IRS, they was going to outsource jobs to other companies, but I didn't know it was this company called Maximus. But I told people that when I worked there, I said because there's no way that they could always fulfill the positions at the IRS. Even though if you go to usajobs.gov, you may see some positions available like SBA, the Veterans Affairs. A lot of them is based on certain locations. Some may be work from home, but they take a long time to hire when you work at the government, let me tell you. So I was working Maximus, and then I was working with Intuit. So at that point, I've been working both those jobs. Sometimes I do survey.com and some other, the other ones I've been doing, Survey and Observer and things like that. So I've been busy. I've been busy, y'all, let me tell you. But let me tell you, it didn't really seem like I was working 80 hours a week. It didn't really seem like that because literally I'm like working in one room and I go to the next room. But with Maximus, so far, I've been sitting there all day. Like I work tomorrow on Sunday, and literally it's like I sit there, read up some updates, but the calls hasn't been coming in. So I said, okay, well, whatever. I ain't gonna stress. Some people, in my team, they'd be like, we ain't getting no calls, and why we getting no call? I said, I was like, y'all need to chill. Man, you're still getting paid just to sit here in this chair and do nothing. But when a call comes in, I took one call and they all they want to do is look for a location. The person was in Maryland. So it's not hard. It's not difficult. You ain't have to hear people yell and scream and carry on. That's one thing I would say. You ain't got to hear people carry on and act a fool. Now, with Intuit, now with Intuit, during the summer, well, put it this way. Now I'll be studying for the EA enrollment agent. And as an enrollment agent, it's basically you get to represent taxpayers on behalf of the IRS when they have to go to tax court, or you get the credentials, which is one of the highest credentials that you could have. So I will be studying for the EA exam, which Intuit will be paying for. It's 3 parts, and I will be studying for the EA exam. Now I've been studying, but not as intense like I would really be intense studying, but I'll be studying during the summer. So when they call me back, they said they'll call people back during the summertime, not in the summer, but some people may be called back like October for the 6-month tax deadline. And some people may be called back during the beginning of the year or whatever. So they said, the manager I had, she was kind of like, I don't know. I didn't too much care for her, really, to be honest. I don't want to say much more. I just didn't, how some people, you just have to be real, like, I have a discernment about people. And she was kind of, well, Teresa, you ain't done your surveys, and she have half a teeth. She ain't got hardly no teeth in her mouth. But Teresa, you ain't done no surveys. And I was like, and when I try to say something, every time I say something, we have a team, a group meetings, she always seems to contradict anything that I say. I could say the sky is blue. She'll turn, well, Teresa, well, it's kind of cloudy. It was like, how some people be so contradictory. You say something, and it's not even, and I was like, so I just stopped saying. So I told her, I said, you know what? I just come to the meetings. I don't even say anything anymore. I just sit there and be muted because I ain't got nothing to say, And then we went over our review for the end of the year about the bonus and stuff. I was pissed. Not because I didn't get the full $2,000. It was because I took, and she knew it too. I said, when people are in the chat, most people in the chat, they're not really going to be focusing on looking at their email and taking a survey. It was so much focus on, well, you got to get them. I can't force people to take surveys. If they take the survey, they take the survey, But if you're in the chat, most people in the chat don't even probably have email on their phone or check the email on their cell phone like that. But she wouldn't even listen to anything I said. But so when the other people who were on the team started taking calls, like towards the end, they had to be on the phone. They started saying, well, ain't nobody hardly took any surveys since I've been put on the chat. I said that all for 4 fucking months. I've been saying 10% of people are not going to take a survey in the chat. And when I did get the survey, people wrote beautiful commendations about me. She act like when it comes to the team meeting, do she mentions anything like that? Nope. So I said, okay, I know what you about. I know exactly what you about. So I just kind of like, whatever. And then when, and let me tell you how sneaky, see, this is where I'm going to, this is how sneaky I bet she is. I'm not sure if she has any input whether someone comes back or not, but she kind of implied it. in a way that it was like, well, I don't, you knew, because in the beginning of the when I first started, and people were talking about, I hope all of y'all come back, because part of her bonus is based on teams, everyone on the team. It was based on, even during the when they started needing a lot of people to work before the 17th. A lot of some people that they put the schedule every week. Oh, we're gonna be behind. Oh, we need people to work. Please, they were begging people to come to work. If you could just come to work. We need people on the phone. So when I started working on Tuesday, the 17th, which was the last day to file your tax return, man, I worked from that part of the morning. I kind of did a couple hours when I was working at the same time. And I worked up until 2 o'clock in the morning. And at some point, because they usually close at midnight Eastern Standard Time, so they extended the time for the West Coast. It's 4 hours behind. So they needed people to work basically till 4 o'clock in the morning, which I wasn't going to do. I did until 2. At first, I thought it was a joke. I said, "Is this real? Is it really 2 o'clock?" Because you choose your own schedule. That's a good thing about it. They don't give you a schedule. You choose the hours you want to work. And I did a whole lot of hours. I could tell you that. And it still had 2,000 people waiting. I don't know if it was on the phone, it was in the chat, but it was like 2,000 people waiting to speak TurboTax. But let me tell you, one thing I could tell you for sure is once I take this EA exam, enrolled agent exam, I'm really going to be serious about my tax business, for real. I'm going to really seriously start doing my tax business. I mean, I know Dorian, lifetime customer, and I wasn't really seriously doing the business with taxes. I mean, I did some people. Well, I did that many people. I've done for these last few years being on YouTube. I talked about my tax tips and tax topics on some of my videos, and I stopped doing that. Let me tell you the reason why. I stopped doing that because I was giving my information for free. Y'all never heard me ask for no Cash App. Y'all ain't never put, I ain't never been on YouTube. Oh, put the Cash App and I may have done that on my birthday. I said, oh, my birthday, whatever. But in terms of like coming on YouTube, dry begging and stuff, and there's some people that I've been watching on YouTube from the B sector. They're like, all right, y'all know rent is due. Come on in the cash and give me. I appreciate. Some people ain't got no shame. I ain't gonna say that's not shameful, but some people was making money on the Cash App, and what's the other one? The other one that you have to split the money between YouTube and what's that other one? The other, y'all know what I'm talking about. Whatever it is, I don't know. I'm not even monetized. Even now, I'm not even monetized. So I'm just making videos just to be making videos. And I know people say, oh, if you start doing videos regularly, your subscribership will increase and da 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 da. And it probably would if I maybe edit my videos. Y'all like my little polka dot dress? Let me show you. Uh-oh. It's a polka dot dress. Anyway, yeah, super chat. So people, I don't know how you really make money on YouTube. I mean, part of it is not really, what I heard was not based on the number of subscribers, but it's based on how many people watch the commercials and the super chat. Yeah, thanks during the super chat and Cash App. Some people make money when they advertise certain products. That's where you really make the money, when you ask to do sponsors of different products and stuff like that. But there's money to be made on YouTube. if you really take it seriously, brand, reach a certain brand. Right now, me doing StreamYard, I don't really look at my stats like that. But I must one day create a second. I do have a second channel, but I don't really promote it. My second channel is my tax business, consulting business. So what I'm going to be doing during the summer, like I said, next week is my last day at Intuit, and I'm going to really focus on studying for my EA exam because I bought the book, study, come back with my credentials so I could be a credential representative when I come back. And then if I get my credentials, then they pay you more money. So basically the manager, she was like, well, they call you during the summer, sometime during the summer. I can't see, because she's going to be on till June. Some people, they extended their time until June the 12th or something like that. Only a couple of weeks. It's not like they extended people for 2-3 months. And then they're supposed to have this so-called pilot program to do to train people to do some other product that Intuit TurboTax offers. So obviously I wasn't chosen. So I don't know. Ain't no big deal. All I know is they do have a lot of people that they bring back. Some people may choose to come back, some people may not come back, but pretty much sometime during the summer I hear back from the recruiter and they'll ask me when I come back. Now, as to when I'll come back, I don't know. They're not going to ask everybody to come back in the fall at the end of the year, So at the end of the year, they may come back. They may have people come back in December, but they need a lot of things they need to change. If you want to have someone who's do full service where they're behind the scenes, they do a tax return, basically what it is you download your tax information, all your documents, and then they have somebody who works on the return. They're not on the phone. They're not in the chat. So they basically communicate with people and they need certain information to do their return, to complete their tax return. And basically that's what they do. So I felt kind of jaded because I said, wait a minute, I've done over thousands and thousands of returns, worked at the IRS. Why was I not chosen? Why I had to be in the chat all day or be on the phone, And it wasn't like I was on the phone a lot, but why was I not full service? But then some people were like complaining on the team about being full service. They was like, you're really, you don't get paid no more money being full service, da da da, blah blah blah. And I assume that it takes a lot of time because you set your schedule, but at the same time, a lot of people may be like, where's my return? Why, they be waiting for the person to finish the return or whatever. It's I don't know what they do, to be honest. I know how to do with tax returns, but in terms of how Intuit has it done or how they people work it, some people didn't seem to like it. So, but I just know it would have been great if I had the opportunity to at least be chosen to do it, especially since I had the experience. And if I didn't wait, if I knew that I would have automatically been an enrolled agent because I could have been an enrolled agent based on my experience, I missed it. It was the deadline was already past a year from the time I left, from a year to 2 years since the time I left. So, but anyway, it'll make no difference. I'll study for this EA enrolled agent exam, and then I'm just going to start my own tax business and not just doing taxes, but it's going to be way more like that I'll be doing. Because let me tell you, those people who been calling in the chat, and I said, all you're doing, some people made it more harder for themselves when they need to be. And Some people are like, I should have had a CPA to do it. I said, man, you don't need a CPA to do that. All you need to do is answer the questions, have your information available, whatever. Now, I understand some people may not have time to do it, or some people may not have the resources to do it. But hey, Shelly Show, I hope you're feeling better. I was going to call you back. So, oh, this ain't no blouse, this is a dress. Let me see. Can you see it? This is a dress. Let me tell you where I got this from too. I bought this. Somebody was selling getting rid of clothes. It was on the next door, and I guess there was so I went to this lady's house. She didn't live too far from me, and I had bought me like 2 pair of jeans, this dress. It was like I want to say like it wasn't even $5. Yep, so I got this up for someone. I bought me like 2 jeans and this from her. I think it was like $4. So, rather than going to, when you try to, save money and cut expense, sometimes you don't really need to be going to a regular, go to low, go to Marshalls and stuff and try to look for clothing and stuff. Sometimes if you'd be surprised what you find at garage sales and people, trying to get rid of clothing and things like that nature. So that's why I find, and it fits perfectly too. And the jeans, just wash them. And that is it. So anyway, that's basically what I've been doing. So now the tax season's over with. I was off today with TurboTax, so I wasn't even on the schedule. I don't even think and Sunday tomorrow. And I think I'm on the schedule Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then they'll pay us 2 hours to pack up our stuff and ship it back. So, they said we have a last team meeting. I'm not even gonna bother. We're gonna get paid whether you go to the team meeting. Ain't nothing to say. Oh, just look at the video how to fold up that thing they put behind your chair and put that stuff back in a box and ship it back. And then sometime in the summer, they'll tell us, when you come back, And then they said, if you don't hear anything back, just go back and reapply or something like that. They said, So we'll see. But once I get my enrolled agent credentials, I pretty much could go anywhere, to be honest. I'm not, I'm quite sure with next year come, especially with so many people. I mean, I'm not saying Jackson Hewitt and H&R Block and stuff wasn't open, but I guess they were very restrictive, and then they were so expensive. People were like, they wanted $300, $400, da da da, and then I had so much trouble trying to break that screen down. What do you mean the screen? You talking about the software for TurboTax to do your tax return, Shelly, or you talking about? What do you mean trouble breaking that screen down? You talking about doing the taxes, or you talking about did you work at TurboTax with the third party company? Because a lot of companies, there were a lot of companies, the blue screen. What blue screen? I'm trying to figure out what you're talking about. You talk about the thing that they gave me to put behind the chair. You talk about that. Oh, okay. Well, they gave us a video telling about how you supposed to break it down. I didn't know you decided to work at TurboTax. Did you work TurboTax this year, Shelly Shell? Or do you work directly with Intuit TurboTax? Were you an independent contractor for TurboTax? Where you work for another company? Okay. You was probably product support, meaning that somebody come in, I bought the CD from Costco, blah blah blah. So you weren't doing taxes per se, like answering tax questions. You were probably product support, where somebody didn't know how to download something or whatever. And then some people who be working at these other departments, they be transferring the call. They talk about you, we do everything. You know, the call would come in and they would just transfer over to us. Yeah, I was supposed to work on. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You, if they had a tax question, you transfer the call. So, but they was hiring people to work for third party companies to handle basically product support. Because I did that what is it, 3 years? Was it 3 years ago when I was working with that other company? They pay you per minute. It was you had to choose your blocks and stuff, and you only got paid when you was actually talking to someone on the phone, and you did product support. Ooh, that was so aggravating. I did mine through what's that damn company? Live Ops. And then when I was working at the company that I was doing Dave and Harry and David with the Fruit Omni interactions, they were hiring people to work with TurboTax. But I was supposed to have worked with them at first. But then when I had applied directly with TurboTax, I got hired directly to TurboTax, which resulted in more money. And then you got more benefit. Now, you didn't get benefits, but you have to work so many hours before you actually get any kind of benefits. But, you did have the 401k. So, in order for me to, qualify for other benefits, you have to work so many hours, 1,000 something, whatever it was. So I guess if I was to come back next year, and at the end of the year, at the end of the tax season rather, I probably would have been able to qualify for benefits. But you could apply for positions from within with TurboTax Intuit. But majority of the positions is going to be seasonal. Anything that's permanent is not going to be a tax related position. It's going to be more like technical, IT technical. And I'm not talking about technical support. Like, I got, I'm talking about the other supporting administrative roles they have. But you have to pretty much check to see what they have online available. So which company did you work through, Shell that was hiring to put Intuit? What was the name of it? Sidel? Not Maximus. It could have been anyone. Like I said, there's several companies. Several companies hire people. They hire third party companies to handle support. And let me tell you, I wouldn't have worked with a third party company to work with Intuit again to do it because number one, the pay is too low compared to what they pay you if you was working directly with them. And Alpine Access, Oh, okay. I think I've heard of them before. I don't know how I heard of them, but it's a lot of companies. Like I said, there's a whole lot of companies that be hiring people, but most of them trying to be greedy. They know that position pays 18, $19, $20 an hour, and I won't say 20, 18, $19 an hour, and they be trying to pay people 12, 13. Then they want to know why people don't stay. Who's gonna make? Why would I want to work 12, $13 doing something like that? And then it'd be so aggravating. Nope. It's like you could go from one company and go to the next. Trust me. As long as you could, as long as you pass the background check or whatever, it ain't hard. Trust me, it ain't. One thing for sure, I could tell you is that, and Intuit ain't the only company that be needing people either, because Jackson Hewitt and H&R Block, they be looking for people too. Whether you work in the office or work directly at a branch or even on the phone, they be looking for people. Because I think one time I applied, there was a position available. I want to say it was H&R Block. It wasn't Intuit. I know that. I want to say it was H&R Block. They were looking for people to work from home too. So, but anyway, I ain't gonna be here long. But I'm glad you're feeling better, Shelly Shell. I'll talk to you tomorrow. I'll call you tomorrow when I'm sitting here doing nothing. All right, who's gonna come on here? Because every time I say I'm about to leave, somebody always jump on and say, "Don't go, don't leave." I'm trying to keep my videos short because I don't got the basic StreamYard, so it's not like I can have a whole lot of hours every month. But I know I've just been on here, so I ain't been on here for a minute. See what I mean? See how y'all just come on here the last second when I'm about to go? Yeah, I'll call you tomorrow. Alrighty. I ain't gonna stay here too long. I just want to give an update that I'm back and just basically say I'll be back. I'm back now. So I'm down to next week. I'll be down to just one job. Well, one W-2 job, put it that way. And then I don't know how long that position will last because that position is it's not permanent either, but at least with the CDC with that contract. So I guess a few months they'll tell us what's going on and say will this be over with or whatever the case may be. And then if it lasts for a few months, then the position with Intuit will come back around, and then I'll come back and start the whole tax season all over again. Whenever that is, I don't know if it's gonna be doing the calls for the fall, but I don't know. It just all depends. We shall see. Or come back at December or January. I don't know. It just depends. I don't know. For all I know, I'll probably get hired at another company making 60, 70,000 plus a year based on all of my experience. And then after that, I wouldn't have to be doing two jobs. But like I said, my main focus is take this EA exam test and start my tax consulting business. Because let me tell you, I found me a niche, See, I know a lot of people are not comfortable doing their own taxes, no matter how simple it may be. Some people do not want to deal with it. Some people just, they just don't want to be bothered. And let me tell you, I don't need to have 300 clients, 400. I don't know, put it this way. I don't need 1,000 clients in my first year. Even if I was to able to make a goal and say, you know what, if I was to make a goal and say make $300 to $500 a day, and I just do other consulting work with customers, even if I don't do their return, just to help them with technical support of how to sit there and start, or bookkeeping is another. And there's also businesses that needs help filing their taxes and paying the taxes on the services. So it's a lot of opportunities, because let me tell you, a lot of my teammates, a lot of them were working for themselves. Some people were CPAs. They had their own clients to deal with. So they was working TurboTax and working their clients at the same time. And I was like, how is that efficient? And some people were doing both at the same time. And let me tell you, doing taxes is a cash cow. I heard that term before. Like in 3-4 months, you can make, you can make a substantial amount of money in that short period of time. You really could. But for me, if I was going to work with Intuit or TurboTax, H&R Block or whomever, and they want you to devote 8 to 10 hours of your time, and they're not paying you, I mean, yeah, $19 was good, pretty good for first year. But when you compare that and do that, say, on your own, and charge people for your time, I'm gonna keep my loyal customer, Dorian. What that? I hear a cat. But see, some people, let me tell you, they were doing people taxes and stuff. Some people were like, nope, you could go and find someone else. Some people, it was more trouble than it was worth when they was working. Some of the people I was talking to, well, this one person, I was talking to her. She lives in New Jersey. And sometimes she had customers that were military, because she was in the military. Her ex-husband, or they were in the military, so they had a lot of people overseas, in other countries doing returns, and other people she had as referrals, and they were more of a headache than anything. That sometimes she would have to tell them, I said, here you go, here's your paperwork. She wouldn't do some people, because some people are more trouble than they're worth. What they say, all money is not good money. And sometimes people will be quick, willing to, oh, I need help. But then, sometimes it could be a headache. Let me tell you. It could be a headache when you deal with some people, especially us's, because they like to, some people I was talking to on the phone, I want them to maximize my return. I said, okay. So I asked them some questions. So what type of income do you have, W-2? They don't even know they W-2. I had to explain to them, do you work for a company, or are you self-employed independent contractor? No, I got a job. How many jobs you had? 2, 1, whatever, none. Do you do any other? Do you own a home? I've asked questions, and I'm like, there ain't nothing to maximize. Basically, your tax withholdings you pay throughout the year, and then based on your filing status, single, you don't have nothing else. That's it. It's your refund, right? 1,000 something, or this is what you owe. Why? Oh, you ain't paid enough tax. I said, you made X amount of dollars. You only paid this amount of tax. You're supposed to pay this amount of tax. People be just aggravating. Then when they file a return, they call back. I got a letter from the IRS. Okay, so what's the letter did you get? Look on the right hand side to the, I already know. To the right, it says CP, and then give me that number. Tell me the number. I ain't got the letter. Then what the hell you calling in for? You ain't got no letter. Can't read nothing to me. Did you call the IRS? I said, well, let me tell you, you need to follow the instructions. What the IRS is asking you for, because you only have 45 days from the date to respond. And just read it. I mean, people act like they refuse to read. I'm not going to read for you. No, sir. No, man. I cannot see what you're putting on your screen. They ask you to share. Can you share your screen, please? Then they keep denying it. I said, in order to better assist, can you share your screen? I'm saying this in the chat. Then I'm sitting here waiting. Then after that, I'll be like, clook. I ain't got time. I ain't got time playing on the phone, acting dumb and retarded, like you don't understand what I'm asking you. I'm trying to help. And because like I said, some people like to tell me, well, some people just don't know. I'm not even asking anything about taxes or instruction. I'm just asking them personal information to get an idea of what, the conversation will be like, so I could, guide you and tell you what you need to do. You're just asking basic general questions. Just basic stuff. And I was like, I just don't understand it. I mean, people, and this was my biggest thing. They got on my damn nerves. The stimulus. I heard I get a stimulus check. Okay, well, you get a stimulus check if you file a tax return. Did you work last year? No. So you didn't work no time last year. Are you claiming as a dependent? No. So what is your source of income? I mean, what is your source of income? I just do hustle. I hustle. Hustle doing what? Uber, Lyft, gig work, What is it that you do? Well, I just get paid a couple of money here and there from this buy, all around a damn circle. Sir, you ain't got no income. You ain't got no job. You ain't got no place to stay. Don't file no tax return just to get a stimulus. You don't get a stimulus just because the government gave out a stimulus. The stimulus is for those who worked. That's what the stimulus is for. Someone who filed a tax return. Not some random, coming out the blue because someone gave a stimulus. And then the thing about it, what's so funny is that when I was looking at some people's screen, they had no wages, no nothing, but then they had stimulus. $1,400. I said, what the fuck? How the hell are they getting a fucking stimulus? I said, ain't no way. Ain't no way. So I try to tell people, I tell them whatever. The IRS will make a decision if you're getting that stimulus or not. So I tell them what to do. Did you make any money? No, I ain't made no money. How much money do you think you made in cash? I said, if you made cash, did you keep track of it? It's like pulling damn teeth. Then you get the people who know they owe child support. And I ain't going to say student loans and stuff, because most people who went to college or whatever, particularly black folks, we going to owe some student loans some way or another. But those who owe child support, they ain't been trying to pay all this time, dodging the IRS, dodging the state, dodging everybody else, so they don't want to pay the child support. And I ain't just talking about a man either, because some women could be in that category too, but most of them are men, but majority, but I like to say men, but some women too could be trifling when it comes to paying child support, but majority of men, because most women, it's hard for a woman who are nurtured by nature to give up their child, unless, I'm not talking about giving up for adoption and stuff like that, but in terms of abandoning a child, it's very rare for a woman to do that. A man will do it easily, but women do it too, but majority of men. So here they come. You ain't filed no tax return. You ain't filed nothing in years because you don't want to you don't want to have your refund taken for child support. Now they're giving out this stimulus for children and child tax credit, which they're not giving on a return. They're giving out in 4 months increments. 1,200. What was it? 1,200 for one child plus 14 if they're a certain age or something like that. Some people getting like $7,000+ in child tax credit that's going to be paid out in months. And I don't agree with that because I know people say, well, is that child to get them out of poverty? A lot of people they're not using that money in the betterment of the child. So many people, you get that money and doing all kind of crazy stuff with it. And then I'm going to talk about the topic about the unemployment thing later because y'all know I spoke about this last year when it first came out. I said $600 a week plus regular state unemployment. Some people getting $3,000+ a month and talking about they can't pay no rent. They can't pay the rent and have rent moratorium. And now people coming back to backlash about people talk about the poor and companies making profits and stuff. And you shouldn't force people to work if unemployment is more than what you're getting out there. All these places hiring. All these places. Now I ain't say all restaurants. I mean, majority of restaurants nationwide, they need help. Restaurants. There are some other industries too. I would say retail, but I don't know because so many people shopping online and stuff. But a lot of restaurants and what you call it? Hospitality industries, hotels and restaurants, and they hiring, they need people, but people don't want to go back to work because one, it could be fear. That's legitimate, but last time I checked, Chick-fil-A ain't open their door yet unless you do DoorDash and you come inside to get the bag. But other than that, I've seen restaurants, fast food places wrapped around the building 3 times. I passed by Zaxby's and they so filled up that they in the street, not even in the parking lot, wrapped around the building. They wrapped around the building 2 times, plus all the cars lined up on the street to get into Zaxby's. Really? Zaxby's don't even taste that good. And I'm not, and I don't get me on other places too. McDonald's restaurant wrapped around the building, all lined up. I was like, oh no, hell no. And part of it is because one, they don't have enough people. I don't know. They don't have enough people to handle the volume, and they looking for people, not hiring. Yeah. And I know we're gonna talk on this topic, but we'll talk about this tomorrow because I'm gonna take this. I only got a couple more minutes, and that's it. And they feel that minimum wage should go up to $15. What good is I get paid? I got paid $14, $15 an hour, and trust me, that's not even enough to pay bills. Even for me, single with no children, even though I have a house and expenses and stuff. Let me tell you, people crying for making $15 an hour for fast food. No, I don't agree. I'm sorry. If you work in the restaurant industry and whatever, you shouldn't get no $15. No, because I'm looking at it from a perspective. Here it is. I work technical support, customer service. Yeah, I work from home, and people don't get me on that. Oh, well, you ain't paying expenses like you ain't got to pay money in gas or this. You still got to get out and go to the store, and you still got to go out. I don't know why people think that how much my budget for gas sitting at home, going up to the store occasionally. When I track my expenses for gas, that was per month maybe $60 to $80. I have to look up the comparing the prices, but that's the price of gas going up, you know. So when people say, "Oh, you work from home," that don't mean $15. And I could tell you, Amazon just recently went up to 15 last year. Then I heard some places, depending on how long you worked at Amazon, they give it an extra dollar. Woohoo, whoopee fucking do, $16. But then you working 14 hours a day at Amazon on your feet, and then they go crazy because you're not scanning some product. Oh, you ain't scanning enough. Bunch of bullshit. You know, Amazon and all these businesses, yeah, they're making money, they're making profit, but the prices that they want, 7, 8, 9, 10, that's exactly why when I go to certain places and I'm like, I ain't paying no $8 and and these fries are cold or whatever. I need new fries. I don't care. Chick-fil-A, they've been really been a little bit laxy daisy with their service. They may not try to say nothing all crazy, even though I tell y'all the story what happened with this stupid bitch, Amy, or whatever the hell her name was. I'll tell y'all that story. What at the Chick-fil-A a few weeks ago, the one I go to almost every day for breakfast when I get the chicken sandwich, or whatever, or chicken biscuit. And they're gonna talk to me. Is there a problem? Slap that bitch right in her fucking face. How the hell you go? Don't talk to me. I'm 52 years old. How you go down like some little 16, 17-year-old? But bitch, I'm on the fucking phone. Just give me the fucking bag, And they were just rude. And then she gonna get up, and I said, you know what? Let me get the manager. Then the corporate person called me on the phone, and they acting like a stupid fool. But that's a whole new story. Let me tell y'all. They don't show no respect for black folks. You could call and make a complaint. They act like, well, ma'am, well, and there's some people calling me from corporate talking crazy. I said, I know one thing. See, they figured, people figured, oh, well, and one person be complaining shit. They don't even. It's like invalidate what you got to say. Hmm. Trust and believe. That's exactly why. If I expect service, I ain't gotta be cursing at nobody out. See, people think I be cursing at people, but see, I be venting on this YouTube about it. But when I be at these places, trust me, it took a whole lot of mic for me to, you ain't gotta get crazy. You ain't gotta get crazy because, like I told that manager, I said, you know what? I'm keeping these 2 biscuits, and 2, you gonna give me my money back. And they were right on back of that store, gave me my money back. Thank you. And I'm gonna call corporate, make a complaint. You ain't gonna just keep my money and give me no little. Well, we apologize. Maybe she didn't mean to. She meant exactly what she said. We ain't meant to. Maybe she didn't. Maybe she did. Maybe she didn't. How hard is it to say that this person was rude? I'm on the phone, and then she give me my bag, and she asking me, "Is there a problem?" Bitch, who the fuck are you? See, that's why so many people on YouTube, you be seeing on YouTube and the film and stuff, people be jumping over drive-throughs. Now I know I would never do nothing stupid like that, or pull no gun out with people, and people be jumping in there at Burger King because they was waiting on the line. Hell no. Just back the hell up, and I'll get the hell on and go home and cook or make me a sandwich. I'm not putting my money. I'm sorry. Let me tell you, these times are coming up. Things are going high. People are running out of supplies. People running out of this. People ain't got that. I'm not going to beg nobody to get my money. You can just get the hell on with the service. You're going to give me my money back, and I'm keeping these food, and then I'm going home, and that's it. I want no fucking sorry. I'm sorry. Apologize. Man, keep your fucking sorries and stuff it up your fucking ass. Shoot. I don't give a 2 rat's ass. And then people talking about, oh, people working fast food, they should get paid $15 minimum. No, to do what? For bad service, rude service, and act all crazy? Let me tell you, I've been going to, let me tell you. Went to Cracker Barrel.
I went to Cracker Barrel and I'm waiting and waiting. It's okay. No big deal. These two black women sitting across me. They had at least 5 people that came in that place, got their food. They didn't get. I said, "What did y'all order? The cow?" And they didn't get their food. I'm watching, and then when they gave me my food, I was like, "This is cold," And I'm not trying to say it was truly not cooked. And I was like, "Mm." So I told them to sit, and I had to take a bite into it. Those stupid ass people did. What did I order? You know how you take a bite into something? They dumb stupid ass people turned around, put that same thing back in the grease, and gave me back. I said, "Nah, Y'all not gonna sit here and then I said it was not done. Then you're gonna make it to the point where it was burnt. I ain't say nothing about the other entree. I talk about this right here. I can't remember what I ordered. The fact of the matter is that I ate from it. They turned around and cooked it. The same thing I ate in my mouth, you turn around trying to cook it back in the grease or the stove or the oven or whatever the hell they did and gave it back. I was like, who does that? Well, this particular Chick-fil-A, when I go to on 78 with Emma, Emmy, Becky, whatever the fuck her name was was rude. I said if they didn't want to come to work that day, they should have stayed their ass home, or they should have went back to, or whatever. I didn't say nothing. I'm sitting in the car with the phone, and then you sit over here, just give me the fucking bag. Is there a problem? I should have choked that fucking bitch. Stupid ass. But anyway, so so after that they said, well, we could fix you another one. No, you're gonna fix me something totally different. You just turn around and took the thing back to the kitchen with the same food that I just ate out of my mouth that I took a bite of, and then you're gonna recook it. And then you cook it to the point where it was almost burnt. I was like, then the waitress, she comes by. I said, man, excuse me, can I have some forks and knives? It's in the basket. She gonna put it's in the basket. Boy, I swear to God, I got a little bit of Jesus in me, because if I was one of these crazy people, I would have took a fucking knife and put it right up in your fucking face. But see, I'm not trying to go back to nobody's jail over no stupid shit. Some people, I can understand why people, when I see videos, people be going off on people, just punching them dead in the face. Because some people, they figured they could just flip up at the mouth, say all kind of crazy, and you spending your money. See, some people ain't playing. Some people been cooped up for over a year in the house. Some people going through stuff, and all they want to do is get a fucking meal. And some people just say stuff out their mouth, and then they get punched in the face. And then next thing you know, I'll be like, okay, so what did the girl say at that drive-through to make that person provoked her from punching her in the face? Because obviously she said something. But you're gonna be crying on YouTube, and somebody do a GoFundMe account talking about they feel sorry. No, you bitch, you open your fucking mouth and you say something crazy, and then when somebody come up there and clip your ass, then you want to be on the news crying, and McDonald's worker, she got punched in the face. Okay, let's back up and see what really will happen. Cause let me tell you, people just don't drive up to no drive-through punching people in the face. Because you said, thank you for calling McDonald's. Thank you for choosing McDonald's. Thank you for choosing Burger King, Chick-fil-A, and you ain't say something crazy out your mouth. Now, Chick-fil-A may not do that. They may not say nothing stupid. Culver's may not say that. But that damn Wendy's, McDonald's, and Burger King? Mm-mm. In Florida, Georgia, pick any place. They'll say something stupid straight out their face. And this is way before COVID. People wait to COVID. It ain't COVID. Don't blame Corona for everything. Y'all been poor. Y'all been passer pro customer service since 1992 with all this. All I wanted was hot food, something made right. How hard is it? You're not even doing everything with the chicken sandwich. I said no butter, no pickle, no cheese. All you put in is a chicken sandwich in a bun. You're not even putting the extra stuff. So how hard is that? fries. How you gonna make a? But see, that's why I don't like going to Chick-fil-A with the drive-through. I don't like going to the only drive-through I like going to, and I hate this is Culver's. Culver's, they even have a sign. It may be a wait, but it's better to wait because we cooking your food fresh. They will tell you that every single time. Every time you go to Culver's. Oh, just pull to the side, pull to the front, and they'll give you a little drink, and then you come back, and they give you the bag, and you open the bag, it'll be hot. Sometimes I eat the food before I even get home because that's how hot it is. I'll be like, I ain't never had no problems. Never. Ever. And can you imagine? This is the drive-through at Culver's. They're not even open yet. I've never been inside of the Culver's. I've been through that drive-through ever since I watched someone else's video on YouTube that lives in Georgia that was talking about Culver's and the fish sandwich. I was like, you know what? I pass by that place almost every day when I used to go to Lawrenceville. And I said, I said, let me check this place out. Now, I haven't gone there lately. I haven't gone there recently, but I'll go all the way up there to go to Culver's before I go to McDonald's or go to Chick-fil-A. Trust and believe. Once I use my little 600 points at Chick-fil-A, that's it. It will be a minute before I ever go to Chick-fil-A again. And not because the service been poor. It's because they got, they always got that one person that want to act a fool and want to talk to you crazy. And then you're going to try. I said, you know what? Y'all know I come in here every day. Because I used to come in there every day inside, and I used to sit at the table with my computer. And, and they know me. They know when I come in there. Some of the people I used to, that I really like, I don't even see them anymore. These were college, these were like high school kids. So they probably on to college and went on to college or whatever. But, that incident that happened at Chick-fil-A, nope. But that was only one incident, but shoot, man, And you know what I do? I'm not, if in that Cracker Barrel, they got the nerve. After that, I ordered whatever I ordered. I call, I'm standing in the little gift area, and then the manager, he gonna be talking about, he gonna talk about me in my face. He didn't see me behind the counter. He didn't see me behind something, and he's up here talking. I said, okay, motherfucker, I called the 800 number, made a complaint, and I said, I spent $25, and they gave me the gift card. Then after that, I went there to use the gift card, and someone stole the gift card because I either had it on the table, and I was like, where the hell did my gift card go? And let me tell you how Cracker Barrel made it up. The white girl, she was like, oh, no problem. Just come to me, and I'll take care of it. She gave me $11 to take care of the bill. And then I called customer service and told them the gift card they gave me, like someone stole it or was lost, so they deactivated it, and they gave me another one through the e-card. And I still had another money on the previous gift card that I had used. So Cracker Barrel made it up because of that one person, what she did. But man, big people be like, I don't know. I expect the wait time because of a lot of staffing issues they may have. But I have a feeling of, if you think that $15 is going to be given out for restaurants to pay, they ain't going to do it. I know. Chipotle claim, oh, you can make 6 figures. What a lie. You can make 6 figures in a few years. They didn't even tell you within a year. They give you no time frame. They say, I'm like, okay, who could make 6 figures? Because it's not no person being a waitress or wait staff or cashier. They ain't making that. So I don't know what they coming from, but Chipotle come from with that figure. But with all the food shortages going on, lettuce, tomatoes, and they said about a drought in the summer. So if you go to Chipotle, I only ate at Chipotle maybe one time ever in life. I don't even think I never ate at Chipotle. No, I did eat at Chipotle one time, and I'll never go back over there. after they had that food poisoning scam thing going on a few years ago. But Chipotle, I don't know if they talking about they're gonna be food shortages and stuff, you know, not gonna be as grown, especially coming a lot of stuff in, a lot of produce and stuff comes out of California. A lot of things coming out of Mexico and other foreign countries and stuff. I just can't wait till my little fruit garden thing starts to grow. I'm gonna do a video tomorrow morning. Oops, hold on a sec. I'll be back. I'm so thirsty. Dang it. Let me show y'all. Look. I had this growing in the windowsill. Let me put it back. What the hell? Get out. I'm back. I had to water my little seedlings. Well, it's not seedlings. Well, I guess it still be seedlings. That was in the windowsill. And then one of the things, hey, Raisha, Lisa. And the other seedling, it had like a bee. I'm like, so bees are being extinct, or the population of bees is declining. So I saw the bee in one of my seedlings, so I didn't bother. I took it out and I put it in that other window. You saw me, I was releasing the bee because, see, bees help pollinate your flowers. So I said, oh, I got a bee. So that one bee hopefully will attract other bees to pollinate. So this year, I think I'm successful because I did see a little cucumber. I see your title. And the other day, one of the flowers was like looked real dried up. I was like, oh my God, what happened? Then I put some water in. I watered it, and then the next day it went back vibrant. I was like, oh my goodness. So I'll show y'all a video tomorrow of my progress. So one of the plants, I didn't tell you, I didn't label it, so I didn't know what it was. I said, dang it, was this tomatoes or was this cucumbers or what? So yesterday I saw a yellow flower and I said, oh, this is squash or zucchini. So I see a little thing of, yep. So I saw a little thing of zucchini, like 3 of them. So now that it's getting hot now, because it was kind of cool for the last few months. So now, and I saw a little watermelon patch, like the leaves of the watermelon. So it's supposed to be 90 days. So it's going to be at least 3 months before I see anything. But hopefully that little bee that I just released do its job and pollinate. Cicetus. Are you talking about that cicetus thing that says about the take over? I was reading something about that. I don't even know what that is, but they say it's not harmful, so it's not going to do anything. Yeah, so there's some bee shortages. And let me tell you what I heard the other day. I wish I had my phone out. I was hearing this little peck, like this little right outside this window. There's a tree. It was a woodpecker. He was pecking at the tree, like I was like, oh my God, I ain't never seen a woodpecker before. And I saw it right outside my window pecking at the tree. I was like, oh man. I said I should have took my camera out and started filming that. And it was just pecking away. Then I saw, what else did I see? Hummingbirds. So I was like, ooh, I'm starting to see, hummingbirds, woodpecker, the little red robins. Because, I live near Stone Mountain. I live in Stone Mountain. So I live near a lot of parks, like Yellow River Park, Stone Mountain Park. So I live with a lot of nature things. Of course, I see deers, fox, rabbit, a turtle. Okay, somebody's crying. I hear the cat. Y'all been walking around all day, gone, and then now here y'all come. Want me to go downstairs and give you your food? I'll go down there before I go to bed. Throw out the food. Yep. Well, I know what you're talking about, but I haven't seen anything unusual, I guess. But this is something that's supposed to come out every so many years, they say. But anyway, I'm past my hour. Hour and 23 minutes I've been on here. So that's basically what I've been up to. Tax season's over. My next week is the last day for most people. Majority of the people at TurboTax, their last day is next week. So they're not keeping everybody. It's only seasonal. But I worked a lot of hours. I got a lot of perks. And hopefully sometime in the summer I'll hear from them. But in the meantime, I'll just study for my EA exam, enrolled agent. I'm going to officially launch my business. And I did get the stimulus. I did get the $10,000 total for the whole year. Remember I was telling y'all about that? I even showed y'all. I got the $9,000 a couple of weeks ago. And then I already had got the $1,000 from last year. So what? A friend of mine still hasn't done his. What? Well, I appreciate if y'all have anybody y'all want to refer to do the taxes. It's not too late. I mean, it's too late, but at the same time, you want to file that return. So if anyone is interested in having their taxes done, let me know. or if you need a consultation of previous year's return, making sure that it was done correctly, or you got maximize your return, especially in the ride sharing gig, let me know. And I have my PTAN number. You have to be PTIN to do taxes and charge people. So people just doing taxes on the side just to be doing it as a business. You're not supposed to. Yeah, I'm not going to, because let me tell you, a lot of people that I spoke to, they want 300, 350 with a Schedule C and small business, So my price is going to be 170, 175, or cheaper depending on the complexity of the matter. But pretty much I'm here, and I'm going to I'm just going to start doing it more. So let me give you my email address. Wait a minute, I just started a new email. So hold on a second. Yep. It's going to be smallwoodtaxconsulting@gmail.com. Now, I'm working on really branding my information. I'm not going to focus so much on the website. It's just going to be a landing page. What was strange? That was strange. What was strange, Lisa? Oh, okay. Well, then let me know, because, like I said, a lot of people think they need to get like a CPA and all that stuff. I mean, yeah, CPAs, people see the credentials, they have a CPA, but most people who have their CPA or business and things like that nature, they tend to be they gonna charge $300 to $400. Mm-hmm. I don't know my talk to Texas off. I'm telling you, one thing I noticed about when you do that Siri and Google, if you talk or text anything, you suddenly get these ads and promotions and stuff in your email. You will suddenly get information because they listening. And I was looking at a YouTube video that actually said that they actually listen to people, and there's actually people who listen to conversations and information. If you think you're talking on the phone, you think you're private, you're not. I was looking at a film about that. I was like, oh my goodness. Yeah, so. But anyway, y'all, it's 10:41. This is the first time I haven't been working. Usually I'll be working at this time. Usually I work with Intuit from like not every day, but it'll be at least until midnight. And even if they close at midnight, you have to wait until all the queues are closed, and then it'll be after midnight. You have to wait till about 12:30 or so. But it's the first Saturday that I have actually not had to work. Other than that, I'll be always working. So, but I'm back. So y'all see me more regularly now in the evenings. And You know, I've been watching a whole bunch of different YouTube channels, particularly about the van life and um, what was my other to go to videos? This beef sector, people talking about each other on YouTube, and oh, I'm going to start doing remodeling. I bought me a Yorubi kit. It came with a saw. It came with a whole bunch of stuff. I'm gonna show y'all tomorrow. I don't feel like taking the box. I haven't even took out the box yet. So I'm gonna start doing like remodel. Like literally, I'm gonna um show y'all when I start painting. Not my whole house, but like I'm gonna take a room. I'm gonna show y'all the before, and I'm gonna start. I've been watching a lot of videos, hours and hours on how to tile, how to replace things, how to paint. Um, I'm not hiring nobody to do. Now I'll hire an electrician. You know, anything dealing with electricity or something that requires a license. Yeah, I'll come in and have someone do that. Plumbing work. I ain't messing with no plumbing. Now I'll do um remodeling of floors and painting and so I'm gonna be showing series of videos of watching me do a remodel, but I need to choose a room. I got 2 bathrooms, 2.5, and I'm gonna start doing a whole lot of home repairs, especially since I bought this. I'm gonna show y'all tomorrow in the video. Anyway, let me go to bed. I'm sleepy. All right, Shelly, Shell, Lisa, Dorian, your pleasure, 721. Erica, who else be watching in the background that I don't let me see? My cousin, maybe. All right. Y'all have a good night. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow.